Methodist minister who was, let's say, Billy Graham was his mentor. I mean, I think my dad was on that kind of path. Taking me down on the Potomac River into Georgetown, very close to the White House, to get a job at 13 because I'd been kicked out of the Peabody, and some of my friends were getting pregnant at 13, and he didn't want that to be my destiny. So he said, what kind of music? If music can save you, what kind would it be? And I said, well, I feel like I'm a contemporary composer. I want to talk about now. I want to write music that reflects now, that chronicles time now, not 100 years ago. Those guys, I said to him, you know, they're 6 feet under and they've been eaten by worms, but their music lives on and it's great. But they did it. I don't want to just go over and over that because that doesn't necessarily reflect our time now. I want to be one of those composers. And he said, well, you need to get training then. And so he took me down, and it was sort of like no room at the end kind of thing. And the gay community let us in the door. This was very hard for my dad, and I do applaud him. I've told him now, I mean, I'm so proud of him that he opened up to taking me when it didn't help him at all at the church. People were very judgmental, and still are, as we know. Instead of, I would look at him, and my mother was the one that said, the Christian faith believes in love, and loving your neighbor as yourself, and accepting the last sheep back into the fold. And he was, at the time, the minister of the Good Shepherd United Methodist Church. So my mother was always good with her analogies, and she had her Native American agenda. She had her tomahawk always hidden under her white Methodist wife's apron. And Dad and I were off in the gay bar world. My father being much more a follower of St. Paul than the Mary Magdalene, this was big for him. And it taught us, I think, a lot as father and daughter about another way and not being so judgmental, and what the core of Christianity really was, which was, why all the judgment?
In 1985, Tori Amos was raped at gunpoint by an audience member to whom she had offered a lift. She remained silent about the ordeal for 6 years. Finally, the trauma she'd suppressed so long erupted in this song.
The song Me and a Gun, which I wrote about my own experience of violation, that I try not go into detail about, because as the years have gone on, I feel like there's certain aspects of it that have to heal. They have to be left there. I'm still up and driving, can't go home, obviously. So I'll just change direction, 'cause they'll soon know where I live. The song came and made me aware of things that had happened to me that I didn't want to look at, that I'd been silent about and shut away. These things go through your head when there's a man on your back. You'll push flat on your stomach. not a classic killer. Me and a gun and a man on my back. If I can create worlds and songs for looking at things, then I think that I created a place to hide these violations. So when the song came to me, it took over my whole being, and I had to perform it. But I have seen Bombay, so I must get down. No, I haven't seen Bombay, so I must get down. When Leather was working itself out at the piano and that line came, I almost ran over an angel. He had a nice big fat cigar. In Usan, he said, you're alone, yeah. So if you jump, you best jump far. I think you best jump far was pretty good advice from the angel. The idea that some force is going to save me. Some people maybe do have an experience where they do feel it was a miracle and they were saved. I must not rank very high because I haven't had that experience. I've just had to sort of pick myself up off the floor and remember some of these mantras. Remember Papa saying to me, my grandfather, that if you think, granddaughter, that you are going to jump off a cliff and wings are going to come down and get you, then in this lifetime you may need to jump off a cliff, crash, shatter, die, and then maybe next time you'll get it right. But I would miss you, granddaughter. I would miss you. And I think knowing that he would miss me made me want to stay. And now that I have a little girl, any problem that breaks me down, which it does like anybody else, I know that it would be selfish of me to leave. There's this song that when I'm at my lowest sometimes will come to me. When this song came, she came as an African woman and she pulled me out of bed, and her husband didn't know what I was doing. I ran out of the house, threw on a pair of jeans on my way out, and got to my girl here. And the song was 1,000 Oceans. And she was singing to me, this woman, in a way that made me know that we're never alone. I'm aware what the rules are, but you know that I will run. You know that I will follow you. Of a
I'm aware what the rules are, but you know that I will run. You know that I will follow you, oversee you very ill, through the solar fields. You know that I will follow you, and sail you home, sail you home, sail you home.
When I try and walk back to the time when I was writing from the Choir Girl Hotel, that was a time when I had miscarried. And there was a part of me, yes, that was running to the edges of any belief system to try and contact a God or an authority to ask about where my child had gone. And I was willing to cut deals, negotiate. If I could be enlightened in some way, how do you find the soul of a being when they've left planet Earth? Where have they gone? How do you make contact? And I think the songs brought me back to a place of hearing many mothers that have lost a child. I was given a great gift by this being, and that was the ability to love in a way that I don't think I had loved. So although the being continued on and may have chosen another mother that might have been more right for this time, this being left me with the ability to feel something I hadn't felt before.